For our toppings, we have just like our sauce. We're going with sausage, banana pepper, red pepper, and then some fresh oregano. Wife's a fan of the light sauce. Another benefit of making your own pizza. Is that all right for sauce for you, darling?
Yes.
Very well done.
Thank you. It's hard work.
You can graduate from grilled cheese.
Mackenzie isn't a student of the game, but she has been schooled on the hockey lifestyle.
I started this entire life when I was 20 years old, and I've definitely taken on that role as the youngest in the group to now becoming one of the older ones in the group. And you kind of learn to treat others how the nice, kind girls treated you when they were older, and take you under their wing and make sure you have an easy transition into this lifestyle. You know, no girl comes in and feels scared to be part of the room that we have for all the wives to go into. Make sure they want to come in there, they have open arms, know that there's food and drinks for them if they need anything. And also, the other thing is when people's families come into town, making sure that they feel welcome and know that we're all in this together and we're happy to help them in any way that we can.
They've both evolved, managing to figure out the path they're on as a team.
It's kind of weird actually when you get to that point, you know, because I'm playing against guys in the league that were like kind of guys I looked up to, and now you're almost in that same role that they were when you were back then. And I mean, I like it. I think it's just kind of mature your game and mature more as a person, and you know, you remember what it's like to be first, second year in the league. And I people come to me for advice, or I try and lend it, you know, if I see someone getting a little frustrated, but I enjoy it. Next is the cheese. Otherwise, if you put the cheese on last, the toppings tend to slide off once you cook it. So.
Your other assistant's here.
My other assistant Mo, who loves cheese, it's never too far away. You can smell it. Here, buddy. See you later.
He's a very good dog. He is very good at tricks. He loves spreading kisses and love to anyone that comes near him, so he's just a sweetheart and Mama's favorite boy. My dog, Mo, he's a character, which is good. I mean, when we picked him out, there was a couple options. There was this one that hit his head, and he was kind of like loopy after, so we didn't get him. Came down to this little skinnier dog that was good, and then this big fat dog, and it was just a tank. His brothers would run into him, they'd bounce off. I was like, we have to take the tank. So we took Mo. He's a pretty big dog. He's been great. You know, it's nice to have a dog around. I mean, I know when we first got the dog, I said no for almost 2 years. But after constant asking for one, and having a family dog back home, I was like, okay, like we'll go ahead and get one. And yeah, it's been great, because just like I said, if you're ever bored, I take him for a walk, or just, you know, he's good for the wife when we go on the road and stuff like that. When we picked him out of the litter, he was 7.5 pounds. His closest litter mate was only 5 pounds. And so she told us she thought he was going to be 90 pounds. And so we said we wanted the big chunker, which isn't necessarily ideal for the hockey lifestyle of moving frequently and apartment living, but it's worked out great. Can't imagine not having him. I know Mark appreciates when he's on the road. I complain a lot less about him being gone for hockey because I have Mo around, so.
Back down the slot, shoots, he scores! Mark Matheson! His first goal this year, not against Milwaukee. His third of the season. I talk more, say, with like my D partner. I'm not necessarily talking to the whole bench, like I'll talk to the D. But then maybe away from the rink is when, you know, we got a guy like talking, they'll go for like a meal or something, or share a beer together, and you know, that's when some things come up, asking like, how did you deal with this, or, you know, what are your thoughts on this type of thing. So when it comes to play, I'll probably try and lead more by example, just try and, you know, work hard every game and put in the effort. It's weird because I mean, lots of people, like especially coaches and stuff, don't really, they see, because we're on the rink, I don't know, I think it just started from college, like having to come all that way, not really knowing anyone, and just kind of like being there for a reason to like play hockey well. And so I tend to be pretty quiet when it comes to like on a game day, just kind of focusing. I mean, we keep it pretty loose with playing, so I'm one of those guys that plays soccer before a game. But yeah, away from the rink, like I'm a lot more lighthearted. I actually like to like get away from the game. I'm not one of those guys that likes to sit there and analyze the game after we're done the game. I just kind of like to put it behind me and move on to the next game.
And he is more lighthearted away from work.
You know, I don't really know the on-ice Mark, but I hear he's a very different man than the off-ice Mark. At home, he's very warm and loving and caring, and he's a chef, and he decorates our house for Christmas time, and apparently on ice, he's just a very different character. So be curious to see what people think of the at-home version compared to what they see out there.
I'm proud to say it. I'm not afraid to decorate around the holidays. Just coming from my mom, our house was like decked out to the nines when it came to Christmas. So I want to keep that tradition going. 8 minutes, depending on how thick the crust is. This is a bit thicker, so it might take the full 10 to 12 minutes. But yeah, you just look for the golden brown crust and indulge. When we put this in, we're going to make a little salad, pretty basic, just to kind of go with it. And with a little vino, should be a pretty good meal.
Mackenzie has had to find ways to cope in the kitchen when her chef goes on the road.
On road trips, there are a lot of frozen meals and a lot of crock pot meals with Sam Sweat. We kind of fall under the same category for not enjoying cooking so much, so helps too when the guys go on the road. The girls generally get together, go out to eat, spend a lot of time together as a family. So.
All right, I think we're about done here. Let's just pull her out and see how it looks. Oh, looks pretty good. Nice shot there. And there we go. We got our pizza and our salad ready to go. We got our vino. It's a pretty classical meal in the Matheson household. There you have it. Cheers.